Cek audio. Cek audio 1 2 cek. Cek audio 1 2 cek.
Ini satu ya Pak?
Ya,
ada dua.
Oh iya. Boleh. Iya di meja ini aja Pak.
Ya.
Masuk.
Delay aja 10.
Oh nggak apa-apa, nggak apa-apa. Maaf. Cek audio. Di lu bagus Fik buangannya. Cek audio.
Graduate sama Anya. Nanti tapi dari
Sorry, I'm not dressing up. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Udah oke dia udah oke. Ya. Mau aku yang bantu kamu. Oh, hello, hello, everyone. Do you mind to take a seat because we are starting very soon? Because we want to be on time. Thank you so much semuanya. Silakan duduk. Kepada pasangan kandidat malam ini kita persilakan untuk duduk di depan. Pak Kris, Ibu Ivana, Ibu Nelly, Pak Raju. Halo teman-teman, apakah boleh kita duduk dulu karena kita akan mulai tepat waktu. Terima kasih yang duduk, masih berdiri, boleh silakan duduk karena kita akan mulai. Halo teman-teman, dipersilakan duduk, Bapak Ibu. Terima kasih.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
So it is our honor. My name is Nurul Luntungan. I'm currently the Vice President and happily soon to be replaced by the one of these candidates after after tonight or after end of June. So it's my honor to humbly welcome you to the Harbor Club Indonesia Presidential Election dinner. And I'm here with Daniel. Maybe you want to.
Hello everyone, saya Daniel Budiman, anak buahnya Nurul. Welcome everyone. It's so good to see everyone after so long. I think after pandemic we had one event with the U.S. ambassador. This is much bigger and I guess a bit more serious. Saya sedikit mau komplain tadi, ini tempatnya makanan belum keluar sama champagne juga belum keluar. Mau komplain kemana ya? Okay, but thank you Pak Yosua juga. Thank you, saya punya senior semuanya dan teman-teman semuanya. Very happy to see you here for this exciting event.
So, well, it's gonna be both of us standing here, but I would like to share a bit of my story. So I still remember 3 years ago, it was early February, and Zenin, who's having his birthday today, that's why he's not coming. He was the vice president at that time, and he texted me and asked for a call. And at the time, I was just giving birth to my less than a month daughter, and it was never in my imagination that call would bring me here tonight. I remember, so Zenin asked me whether I'll be interested to running as a candidate as a vice president. And I remember asking Zenin how much time commitments does it need? How many, events do we need to organize? And I remember Zenin at the time said, probably just 2 events is, mandatory. One global networking night and one student send-off. And I really think it's a lie. So after more than 30 events being organized with the help of the boards and also Daniel and Mbak Meli and the other boards, we're here, and the opportunity really was a lifetime experience for me. And every time we get to manage activities, it's always been great achievement. So I will just use this opportunity to say thank you for everyone for the trust. And again, good luck to all the candidates. For those who might not win today, don't worry. The vice president and the president will always need an extra hand from the past experience, you know. And also, I would like to express my highest gratitude for all the election committee. Bang Ondi, Nanda, Andika, Stephanie, as well as Mbak Jika, who's been an election committee for 3 years, 3 periods in a row. So they've been working during Lebaran holidays, having evening meetings in between. They're already hectic days and dealing with complaining candidates and supporters, you know. We have a very high-spirited, typical Harvardian supporters. And so, just you know, some of them actually woke up 3 a.m. today to have a meeting to prepare this election day. So please, big round of applause for them. They are sleep deprived just to make sure that today goes smoothly. I won't take any more time, so I'll give the floor to Nadira now. Thank you. Oh, Daniel.
Sorry, if I may have a few minutes. First of all, congratulations, Melly, Nurul, and the team for the last 3 years. Thank you so much. Thank you, election committee, and congratulations to the candidates. I think it's really brave to put yourself out there. So you know, congratulations. Whatever happened, let's all work for Harvard Club. I'm here to represent the Board of Supervisors. So my beloved Bang Hasan, where are you? He's gonna close the proceeding, and George is in Singapore taking care of his baby and his pending IPO, I guess. So on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, I just want to say that let's all, you know, whatever happened tonight, let's be unified. Let's, you know, we're in a club because we want to get along, right? We want to have fun and be useful maybe for Indonesia also. And also I urge you maybe also not to think about what the club can do for you, but what you can do for the club first, you know, that first before. I heard it somewhere. Mungkin Yosua dulu yang bicara ya. So anyway, last thing before we start, maybe a moment of silence for the members that we lost the last 2 years. The first one is Pak Wahyu Tumakaka. He's always, you know, big guy, always laughing, such a sweet guy. The second one is someone who I'm quite close with when I, you know, Bro Ito Warsito, which when I came to Harvard, he was in the 2nd year, and I remember meeting him, and such a sweet, simple, and genuine person. And I'm very sad that he's not with us today. So maybe a moment of silence for these two gentlemen. Thank you so much. And let's start. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ibu Nurul and Bapak Daniel for the opening. And we also want to thank Ibu Melly and Ibu Nurul for your great contribution as the President and Vice President of Harvard Club Indonesia 2019 to 2022. Okay, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to gather you all here tonight. My name is Nadira Afifa. I graduated from Harvard School of Public Health in year of 2020, and I'll be your moderator today. So tonight is your opportunity to listen to all the President and Vice President candidates on their views on the future of the club. So note that you also have an opportunity to ask questions as well. So first of all, thank you so much for your attendance among your busy schedule to participate in the very important event of our club, Harvard Club Indonesia Presidential Election 2022 to 2024. All right, this event is again brought to you by the election committee, Bang Ondi, Steffi, Nanda, and Elsa Andika. So thank you so much for great work. And I'm sure you're all already familiar with the candidates. We have two candidates as the president and the vice president. Number one is Pak Kris Adi Dharma and Ibu Ivana Rahmawati. And number two is Ibu Meli Nuraini Darsa and also Bapak Rajmu Nusami. All right. So before we get into the main event, which is the speech and also the Q&A sessions from the candidates, I will explain to you the format of this evening. So it will be the presentation from the candidates for no more than 10 minutes each. And after that, followed by Q&A sessions for no more than 20 minutes. So I believe the dinner will come soon. So please enjoy your dinner while also listen respectfully to each candidate's presentation and answers. And please hold the applause at the end of the session, right? So also the audience are allowed to ask the questions addressed to candidate number one or candidate number two. Just please make your questions short and concise and direct. So with that in mind, make sure that you ask in less than 1 minute. Okay. So, all right, without further ado, first we will hear from candidates number one, Pak Kris Adi Dharma and Bu Ivana Rahmawati. The floor is yours.
Ivana bantu saya untuk question and answer. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Today we make history in Hci. We have had 199 registrants and 191 qualified to vote. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the election committee for their dedication and hard work, passion, and organizing the infrastructure. One of them is verifying the voters, which is, I think, is a very, very tough job to do. And for waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make sure that all the emails are sent out so that today we all can vote. I would like to thank Meli and also the team for 3 years of Hci building our group together. And I would like, for most of all, to thank my team Success, who has been tireless in their job in getting the votes out, and also for Ivana for choosing me to run. You know, she's a very bright young lady with a bright future ahead, very clever. So thank you very much. And also for those who voted for me, I will not forget you. I always feel that competition brings the best of us, and I'm very happy that both sides challenge each other and bring new energy to the club. Hci is more active than ever now, and I hope it will stay that way into the future. We have birthed new programs that cover aspirations of members, and I hope that whoever wins will implement programs from both sides for the benefit of the members. And members, please hold us accountable. Friends, for the past days, we have had programs and campaigns from both sides of us. And many of you have already cast your votes. All the candidates have given our best. Today, I'm not going to talk to you and bore you about our programs anymore. Today, I'm going to appeal to you, not for voting for us, but about friendships. As I quote the message of Alice Hill, Hci President, Harvard belongs to all of us, and we belong to Harvard and to each other. This is an enormous responsibility which we hold together. Technology has made us more connected, but we must be wary of losing our humanity. We have been depending in centuries on verbal and non-verbal communications to convey our messages. With technology, we are in risk of losing the non-verbal communications we have been depending for so long. Every day we are overloaded with information. Take a look at the Hci group if you don't believe me. You know, sometimes drives me crazy there. But it's good. When it is easy to send the message with a touch of our fingers, when we often skim through messages and form opinions and judgments, I'm guilty at times too, and I apologize to those who I've offended, if I've offended you. Please remember that on the other side of the message, there is a human being with feelings, hopes, and aspirations. Innocent messages can be taken the wrong way. Jokes may be interpreted to be condescending due to perceived biases. Messages we so lightly forward may unknowingly offend others. I ask that we reset and rethink our interactions together, especially in groups where it is difficult to judge the context and physical emotions, for the risk that we may miss the smile or the twinkle in the eye of the sender of the message. I ask that we build back our trust and friendship so that we can have a community without biases and judgment. HCI is full of people with colorful personalities. This is what we should cherish if you want to build a thriving community of intellectuals. No idea is too small or insignificant or stupid. No person is above or below each other. Because our aim should be to enrich each other and become partners and friends in our life in this journey. I've had friends coming up to me saying that they're put in a hard place when they have to choose between voting for me or voting for Melly and Raju. No matter which way you choose, you are still my friends. So I ask, let's put away our differences and build a stronger community together and partner with each other in this life's journey. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Pak Chris and Bu Ivana. Now we will get to the questions from the floor first. You can just raise your hand and just pose the question to our candidates now. And also for the opponents, you are allowed to pick the question from the Zoom. From the Zoom and YouTube to be asked to the presenter. Okay. But now we are going to start from the floor first. If you have any question, just raise your hand. Thank you. Is there any question? No? Is there any question in the Zoom or YouTube maybe? Not yet? Are we gonna? Okay, so maybe we just hold the question and answer after the speech from the candidates number 2. Thank you so much, Pak Chris and Bu Ivana.
Maybe before I merely start, I still have time.
Sure.
I would like to present some samples and give ideas for Melly and Raju. Yeah, hopefully this can be something that we can implement. This is the clock that I have suggested in the group. This is maybe something we can implement in Harvard. Please have this and keep this as a gift from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Chris and Bu Ivana. Now we will proceed to the candidates number 2, Ibu Melly Nurani Darsa and also Bapak Raju Munusami. The floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk semuanya. Good evening, everybody, friends, most of all, senior alumni, members, fellows, and especially from the boards of supervisor, Pak Hassan, and also from the board of advisor, and also from the Pak Nugroho Sukamdani. Quite a few are here. I don't mention one by one. Thank you very much for being here. It is a great honor to be here. I am here accompanied by Raju, and we would like to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about the program, unlike the first candidate. Can I hold this? So, as you know, 3 years ago, Nurul and I ran with the tagline, "To lead and give back." And we started with a 5-pillar program. And the 5-pillar program, we managed to implement it, notwithstanding that only less than a year before we took office, we had to face the pandemic. But the reason why I'm running again, and this will be my last term if I am successfully reelected, is because I feel that with the pandemic, and also just because I was also still learning, and that I would like to optimize some of the programs and also actually reflect on the changing Indonesia that we face and the challenges that face us and the call for action that is facing Harvard Club of Indonesia. So the idea is that together, all of us, not only me and Nurul and the board, but with all of you, with your participation, we have been able to make Harvard Club Indonesia strong. But we still have deficiencies. I have still had shortcomings, and I've gotten a lot of feedbacks. There are some things which people want to see from the club: more compassion, more empathy, more close connection, especially the fact that we haven't been able to meet. So essentially is that we want to build from a strong to stronger Harvard Club and becoming a recognizable voice to shape a better Indonesia. And that is with continuity, inclusivity, and sustainability. As my vice president candidate, Raju will be the person that, if we are successfully reelected, taking charge of the programs that we've designed, which is a combination of the programs that we've already started in the first 3 years, and with some fresh new ideas based on inputs and feedbacks. In addition, as well, with Raju on board, we will actually have capability to also better coach and mentor. And therefore, he also will be having responsibility in terms of ensuring the gap and the crossing the bridge between industries and also generation. And with that, so therefore, within the 10 minutes, I would like Raju to explain some of the programs, because I think it's very important, because this is the vision that we have. And of course, it is actually basically, we want it to be a growing document, basically growing that we want feedback. And thank you, Chris. During the campaign, we've gotten a lot of wonderful ideas from you, which hopefully together, whoever wins, we should just collaborate. So to Raju now on the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mali. A round of applause for Mali, please. And thank you, Chris and Ivana, for being with us here, doing this for the better Harvard. That's what we want. So let me, So let me just continue, why we want to talk about programs. I know that we've bored you enough with sending all about the programs, but we still believe that our mission, which is about continuity, inclusivity, all this can happen only if there are programs, only if there are activities. Without those things, we cannot deliver our mission. The mission that we want for the whole club, not just selected member of the club. So there are 5 of them, and let me just say, go through each of them quickly. The first one is regarding bridge to the business world. Actually, you can call it bridge to the industrial world. Right? Why we say this? Because it's about how to make ourselves relevant. Right? So industry does not mean it is all about money and business. Right? It is also healthcare industry. It's also industry. Right? Pariwisata, tourism, it's also industry. Right? But it has a lot of angles. So being relevant by having a bridge to the business world, that's what we want. Okay. Continue. So one of the programs that we think can become a flagship program is the Harvard Club Indonesia Forum, bringing together the global Harvard expertise to work to solve problem for Indonesia. I'm not saying an easy one. That's why we also put this, quite away, because it requires a lot of planning, a lot of resources that we need to work with our alumni association, with a lot of members' involvement. But if this can be executed once a year, something like, the Indonesia Economic Forum, this will be fantastic. I think Harvard, in my opinion, as an alumni club, us together, we are punching below our weight. And I think we can do something to raise to the occasion. Next, now, facilitate connection. This is all about relationship, right? What does it mean for it? Let's look at probably in the Harvard Club, I know 50 people. Even among those 50 people, I probably do not know what they do on a daily basis. Right? Won't you love to know each other in just 2 minutes, like, speed dating, right? And at the end of it, you might be surprised what the other person is doing. And that's the initial of the connection. That's the thing that we want to bring to this club. So that after that, you probably meet interesting person while doing the speed dating. And then you connect, maybe it's about job, maybe it's, it can be about anything else. Network, right? That's how we develop that. Continue. Yeah. We talk about care and embrace. What is care and embrace? For me, care and embrace is about synergy. Synergy inside the club, synergy with others outside the club. Malam Pak Yonan. Selamat datang, Pak. So let's see the example that we have. Right. Mentorship, right? We've done a lot of mentorship for people who wants to go to student. We can expand this. We should mentor our new graduates because our new graduates also looking for something to develop their career. And we have enough people here, our seniors, who can provide that mentorship. So why not connect this, right? And I asked Chief Gani whether he has voted or not. And he said he has. So I can say this, right? Because I don't want to influence him. One of the mentorship that we can have is with alumnus. Why? According to me, alumnus is a fertile hunting ground for future Harvardians. And we have not leveraged that opportunity. So this is also another, if you want to have more Harvardians in the future, I think alumnus is the way, one of the effective way to go. And make a difference. So make a difference is about empowerment program. So this is why, we hear that, no, this program is not for us. It's not interesting. As a board, I think it's very difficult to have program for everybody. But this is what we plan to do. We want to start with what we call the, idea survey, right? We want to get people to come and say, this is what I want kind of program. This is the interesting topic for me. And by the way, I'm willing to lead. So it will be members-led program from members, by members, for members. But we need the participation. This will make us all together come and form interest groups within the club. And finally, this is about give back and keep right. It's about compassion. We are the fortunate ones. We can give back. And give back does not mean just to the outsiders. We can also take this inside our club. What do I mean by that? We've heard people say, is the fees compulsory, for example? Right? We understand there are people, it's not about the amount that of the membership fee, but it's also about where you are in what stage of your life, right? And also how you feel the value that you get out of this, by giving this a membership fee. So we would like to take that also and say that if the need arises that a member also cannot make this payment, we can accommodate that. And I think we should. That's part of being compassionate within the club itself. So that's a 5 program. And we also have number of endorsements. I think you've seen it, and I don't want to go through it. But I'm just trying to say that this covers different classes, different sectors, different schools, and we are trying to bring the diversity to bring into the unity, which is also our, what we want to have here. And with that, I'm going to give it to Melly to say the last words.
So in a nutshell, is that we continue to have a 5-pillar program, but the difference is that we hope that we actually will be able to not only continue the program, but make it more inclusive with members-led programs, more compassionate with understanding where everyone may not be at the same stage of their lives in terms of how they can participate in the program. And fourthly, of course, is to make sure that it's sustainable and of course also be innovative, like as Chris would suggest. And that is actually why we actually have a Harvard Business School vice, as my vice, actually, because we do understand that this is one thing that we need to beef up in the club in terms of the sustainability of the club. So therefore, we want to make HCI, which I think we're very proudly can say is the strongest Ivy League Alumni Association, to be much stronger. And so please help us to implement that, and hopefully that we can work together. And I also would like to, from the deepest of my heart, in addition to personally thanking every one of you, I also would like to apologize if in my actions or my lack of actions or in my words or in my misspoken words, I may have actually offended you or hurt you or made you feel slighted. It was not at all my intention. It is true, I'm a very direct person, but I have been given a lot of feedback by kind Raju about showing the softer Melly, right? I mean, actually, I'm much softer. You can ask Ondi. Actually, I'm quite soft, actually. But yeah, but I'm pretty serious when it comes to programs. So maybe I look like I'm really tough. But essentially, I want to mohon maaf lahir batin dalam rangka juga ini. Dan mudah-mudahan kita bisa bekerja sama lebih baik apabila kita diberi kepercayaan. We hope that you can entrust us with the next 2 years term, and let's make HCI stronger. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And back to the.
Right, thank you, Ibu Melly and Bapak Raju. Yeah, you can just go back. So you all heard the presentation from the candidates. So right now we will get into the question and answer session. So we actually have one question from the Zoom, but if you on the floor have any question, we can just collect the question now. So raise your hand if you have any question, right?
Thank you. A very simple question for all of you, 4 of you. Oh, my name is Eko, guest number 39. If Harvard University grants you one wish that will be fulfilled for HCI, what's going to be your wish? Thank you. One of you, all of you, what is going to be one wish if Harvard University asks you? They will grant it whatever wish you ask them. Thank you.
I wanted to go, no. I would say I would like to end world hunger, but maybe that's not really possible if Harvard grants us one wish and one wish only, what we have. It's actually a very tough question, yeah, because if you look this way, as I said, you know, we are so connected nowadays, right? But again, if you look at the way we are interacting with each other, sometimes you know, we don't even talk to each other. We prefer to text each other, and I feel that if Harvard grants us one way, you know, teach us how do we become better in communicating with each other, so that we can have our hearts back, we can have our friendship back, and we all can be partners together in life journey. And this is what I say. So thank you, Pak Eko, for the question.
Selamat malam Pak Eko, selamat malam semuanya. Thank you for the question. So I think if Harvard grant me one wish, that would be to make all of the Harvard materials, such as like, HBS study cases, free for me, and I would like to translate them and to teach Indonesian kids Harvard study materials, so that like not only people who are privileged enough to come to Harvard to study can have the knowledge that we have, but I suppose that I want to leverage that knowledge to improve the education in Indonesia. Thank you. So if you were to ask me what I want if I had one wish from Harvard University, I want Harvard University to completely, fully support the club to implement all its dreams and programs to make this an impactful club in every way. In addition, in view of making availability their professors to come here, funding them to come here, allowing more people to go there with more scholarships, and also to actually have an Indonesian focused program. In the 70s, there was actually a program it's called HIID, and that was a program that a bunch of people went, like Nono, Cil, and everybody, and that was actually became the thinking, the elite of Indonesia, and there was that kind of commitment to Indonesia at that time, and that's what I wish from Harvard University. Thank you.
Before I let you know what I think, I will ask. I will explain this to Harvard. Look at Indonesia today differently from you looked at Indonesia 10, 15, or 20 years ago. We are G20 countries now, and we are expected to become top 10 economy, top 5 economy. Won't you love to have more Harvard graduates? Won't you love to have a strong Harvard community in Indonesia? If yes, pave the way through the Harvard Club Indonesia. And to do that, support our programs, right? These programs are the one that's going to create the traction in Indonesia that Harvard is known, that the cream de la cream of Indonesia will be interested to go to Harvard, and they are going to be the future of Indonesia. That will be my request. Support us in our programs. Things like Harvard Forum, that requires a lot of resources. Now, if Harvard think Indonesia matters, Indonesia is important, they should come. That would be my wish. I hope that answers. Thank you.
All right, let us move to the next question from the Zoom first. So I believe this is addressed to all of you. What are each candidate's plans to help increase Indonesian application to US schools, particularly Harvard, so that Indonesia can strengthen its talent pool? Maybe now we can start with Bu Meli and Paraju first.
Is Mbak Naim here actually? Oh, okay. Selamat malam, Mbak. Okay, thank you very much. For all latecomers, welcome. So actually, this has been actually a passion for us in terms of actually increasing the number of applications. And actually, it's very simple. First is demystify the process. And we've actually done that through the Harvard Aspire program, which we've done through the different schools, whereby we've actually had a sharing session for people on how they get into schools. And they basically share tips, and that has been very popular. And actually, there's been an increase in terms of application, and of course, it cannot be just application. It also must be
helping them to prepare so that they actually can succeed in the application. So actually continuing the program that we've had, but doing it in an even more better way, because before I think Mbak Naim was actually doing it quite independently. The more of us are involved with it, the more that we can actually demystify the process and make the dream a reality for many Indonesians. Thank you.
So I was informed, and I hope I'm not misinformed, that there are 30 people accepted in Harvard for this year. I think that's a big number compared to, sorry, Pak Hasan, when you were there, or some of the most senior one. I think that's a big number, but yes, agree, I think, with this question to be increased. And I like to mention again what I said during my presentation. We're still not hunting in the fertile ground, right? We are waiting for people to come to us. And that's why I think connecting with clubs such as alumnus would be a right forum. If we can hold a sort of, I won't call recruitment, because we are not recruiting here, a sort of come to Harvard program as one of the activities, and we have together with alumnus, I think it benefits both clubs. And we do have the president of Harvard Club, president of the alumnus as part of our club. So why not? We try that. We can get a lot of people to be interested, and hopefully by having, in baseball, they said, you can only hit when you try to strike, right? So even a 10% strike rate in this case is fantastic. So that would be my answer.
I think just increasing the Indonesian applications to Harvard is not a difficult task at all. I mean, Harvard have such a huge name, who hasn't, if they have research schools in the United States, hasn't heard the name Harvard is probably like maybe their top 10 choices of schools that they want to get into. The question would be, how can Harvard accept more Indonesians from all these applications that they have received, right? And of course, Harvard and all these Ivy League schools, you're looking for this particular set of things that make these students different from each other, that differentiates them. Like maybe having, like a TOEFL or GMAT or whatever score, top scores, there are many, many of them, right? But what about encouraging our young kids, to do community work, to do something different, to participate in government? I mean, we have a lot of people here from the public service, the Harvard MPA, Kennedy School, and so on, that can help guide this process, so that Harvard can see that these people sets them apart from all the other applicants, that they can be received in Harvard, and we can increase the number of these people, and then they can come back to Indonesia and serve Indonesia and make a better place. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I think I will speak from my personal experience. When I was doing my admission to Harvard, the US Embassy helped me a lot through its program called At America. So if you're not familiar with it, it's a program from the US Embassy that helped all the Indonesian kids to better their application for admission for all of the university in the US. So when I was there, there are maybe it's just me who were applying to Harvard, because most of the students were afraid of the brand, and also, like, can I get into Harvard? I'm just, like, graduated from the local university and so on. But I think that they have a lot of potential. And if it is a good idea, maybe we can partner with the organization like the US Embassy and its At America to encourage more students to apply to Harvard, because you cannot be accepted into Harvard without applying, right? So when people ask me, how did you get into Harvard? My first answer will be, I applied, because applying to Harvard needs a very big courage to do so. And very high confidence to just apply, click submit to Harvard application. Thank you.
All right. Is there any question from the floor? Okay.
Thank you. This question is like this. Every a few years we have the election. I wish that this election is not about winning or losing, but this election should be put us together. So please let everybody put in mind that this candidate have more voter. This candidate have a second voter. Now the question is, what are you going to do with another party if you are more or if you are less? Thank you.
Yeah, we can start with whoever want to start first. Maybe Pak Chris? All right.
I don't think it's about winning or losing, honestly, we both have great programs. I do hope that Mala, the winner, should contact from the other one and do it. It doesn't matter, right? Like this Harvard Club belongs to all of us. Like we should do whatever we can to improve it. We should like rangkul everybody. We should be together doing things. And nggak kenal kan nggak sayang gitu ya. I think this is a lot of you have met me for the first time here. I've seen like few familiar faces as well. But let's meet more often. Let's find the connection. I think this process of me running has been a great journey for me as well, although the time is very, very short, because then I get to see many things from you, looking at your LinkedIn profile, chatting with you, getting your feedback. And I'd like to continue that. And I'd like to build the trust and the connection with you so that one day, one of you can just call me and say, hey, Chris, I think I hurt my back. I need some adjustment in the chiropractor, or like I need my house painted and whatever. And then we can help each other. This is what the club is all about. We help each other, we become better, and we continue in this journey as friends together. Thank you.
I think my vice president candidate put it very at a time within a long journey of friendship and opportunities to make connections and be friends. And therefore, there should never be division and polarity between us, because essentially the election is just a manner by which we actually agree on who should actually be leading, but actually the leader is actually a part of the community and should be inclusive and including everybody. So essentially is that there's not a loser and basically excluding, but actually basically it should be a time of rejoicing, a time of reflection about how to include ideas from opponents, and also to basically marangkul, and also to just make sure that we actually continue to be united. So that has always been that's why we actually said that we want a call for unity, because at the end of the day, this is just a process to identify who all the members believe should best lead us in the next 2 years. But at the end of the day, we are all unified through the club. We are unified through the club, and nothing shall change that ever. And hopefully that this is something that we can do. Thank you very much.
The pandemic is over, so everybody feels like merangkul. Pak Ali, thank you for your question. I think you are spot on. At the end of the night, when we go from here, there is only one winner, the Harvard Club of Indonesia. It's not about the candidate anymore, right? And election is not about life and death. Tomorrow morning, we are going to get up. The sun is going to rise from the east. We are going to live as usual. And if the sun doesn't rise from the east, it doesn't matter whether we are president or not.
Thank you. Is there any more question? Because we still have like 20 minutes for the question and answer session. Is there any question from the floor? All right, Pak.
Thank you. Just a recommendation suggestion for next round, 3 years from now, is it? 2 years, 3 years from now? 2 years from now, it's even shorter. Maybe we can, inshallah, there's no pandemic anymore to worry about. So maybe we can have kind of a debate of candidates. So my suggestion to you that we can, well, we don't know whether they're going to be the election committee again, although they've obviously done a good job with that. But so now you're doomed to be election committee forever. And but yeah, it's something that maybe we can what do you call it? As you said, all of you said often already tonight that meeting together and seeing eye to eye is a lot more fun and a lot more revealing as well. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Just one simple question to both candidates, number 1 and number 2. What would you do differently? Differently, not business as usual, but business unusual. If you were elected tonight as the president and vice president of Harvard Club Indonesia. Remember, differently, okay? Thank you.
All right, maybe we can start with Ibu Meli or Bapak Raju first.
Thank you, Pak Nuk. Jadi, your question is different from what we've been doing so far. Okay, I think 2 ways to answer that. The first one is we have to look at what we have done now. Is there anything wrong with what we have done? And I personally think we've done well. So for that, what would be different? The difference will be to improve what we have done. The difference will be, as you know, our program shows, it's not about the board doing the program. It has to be the members as well. Now, we recognize not all members can give their time, right? There are members who are new, who has to think about their career, thanks for the young family, right? But those who are interested, they can come forward and say, we run the program. I have interest in this. I want to run the program. That would be different, right? So far, we do not know what people's interests are. So the difference will be when we do this survey and try to get information. That would be different. So it's not board decides this should be the program. Board sanctioned based on checking whether this program is within the Harvard value, whether this is, you know, and it's not just a board actually. What I was really surprised to learn this from Melly, that the board has the board of supervisors too, who also get involved in making sure that, you know, things are right. Another difference is, again, we come with our vision and mission, and we are putting all the programs towards achieving that. And one of that is try to have a much bigger, you know, icon or a landmark program, which I mentioned as a Harvard Forum, Harvard HCI for Indonesia, right? HCI Forum. The idea is to make us as a club be relevant, to be seen. So the difference is, one, we'll improve what we have done. or rather we'll improve what the current administration have done. And two, we add on with something additional program. That's what it's going to be. And we'll adjust it again to the situation. I think last 2 years, as everybody acknowledged, we went through a period of pandemic, made it difficult for face-to-face. Now we are out of the pandemic, hopefully. So we'll also try to adjust all those programs. I think that would be my answer, unless Melly wants to add anything.
For me, I think, first of all, fundraising gonna be such a big thing. Yeah. We need to fundraise because we need, honestly, we need funds to actually support our activities, be it having speakers, having dinners, meeting, and so on. And there are a lot of ways to fundraise. And, I've been researching this, and I've gone to Harvard using the trademark and so on. And actually, there are a lot of ways we can do just right there. So I think number one is fundraising for the members, and we can also contribute to the book club through the fundraising. I'd like to have a gala dinner once a year where, we all can get dressed up and go into the big hall. We have like music, good food, and we get to know each other better. Of course, food will definitely arrive a lot faster during our gala dinner, so that nobody burns down the place. But I think that's something that we'd like to do. And also maybe having sports team or running, because I'm very big in sports, so you can have like a Harvard running club, for example, or a cycling club that we meet every week or every regular time, so that we can have a good, healthy mind, body. Yeah, so that we can be not just academics, but you're also gonna be like healthy academics. All right, Ivana.
I think I want to add one more thing. Maybe, so if we're gonna do everything, Pak Chris, if you win the election and become the next board, I want to be more open, meaning that every activities, for example, if there will be a seminar and the moderator or the speaker will be from the Harvard Club Indonesia, it will be open for everyone to submit their materials and also appeal themselves to, oh yeah, I am interested to be a speaker, and it will be open for everybody. That's one thing. And the second thing, maybe for every kepengurusan, like the board and also probably election committee, we will do some open recruitment for that. So it's not like a very close community, but open for everyone that wants to contribute more to the club. Thank you.
We have 5 minutes left for maybe one last question from the floor. Is there any question? Any question? No? All right, so actually we have one more question from, okay. All right, you can ask a question first.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for the opportunity to ask this one question. Maybe it's the last question. It's always amusing to see elections, especially when there are two pairs of candidates. It's not a question, actually. It's because election is always a festivity of democracy where the members chooses the candidates they're preferred to. So my request for this or question is you've learned from each other of the programs, of the different qualities of each of the candidates, the other candidates.
Yes, Pak.
Sorry,
Ikut detik.
okay. Test. I'll just ask the question. So, based on your understanding and evaluation of what the other candidates' programs and politics, can you provide us of how you evaluate Chief Chris's policy, not as his whatever, just briefly tell us what you think of qualities that makes him good candidate. Right. The same thing, Chief Chris. Can you also do the same thing? Let us know why you think Chief Melly is qualified and she should be the president of HCI. Then Chief, the same for Chief Ivana, and then Ivana also congratulate. Okay, let's start with Chief Chris first. Yeah, thank you so much.
I really think that both programs have good points, and whoever wins, I don't know, can we make commitment to each other that we can contact our programs for the benefit of Harvard Club? I think that will benefit for everybody. So I think both are good. There are good points on that, and we should all try to implement as much as possible from both programs. This is what I feel. Thank you.
I thought the question was not about program. The question was whether the other candidate was a good candidate. He hasn't answered the question.
Melly and Raju, I've known them for a long time, and they are my friends actually, and they're very, very strong candidates. I really respect them. I met Raju since Kadin, and he was also working together with me, selling some chemicals to my company as well. Yes, of course. First of all, to be in Harvard, we have to be good, right? And also we have to be brave enough to run and put ourselves there. So I would, both are very, very strong candidates. I'm very honored to run together with Melly and Raju. And of course, having Ivana beside me, she's also very bright young lady.
So I will say one thing about Chris is my impressions about him as a candidate is I think he makes an excellent candidate because he's very passionate about wanting to make the club actually more more sustainable with more innovative financial maybe tools, maybe because I think you're much of a businessman. And I also think that I was actually very impressed because Chris was actually talked to me before running, and I find that he was very courteous and polite. And I think that he's a very personable person, so that makes him a very approachable leader. Ivana, I don't really know very well, but I am very impressed also with the things that you've made. So I think that you both made very, very excellent candidates, and I'm very honored to have been able to run with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. I think I learned a lot from everybody here, and I enjoy the process of learning. I respected both candidates here and also all members of HCI, and I'm honored to be in this process because in the past 3 weeks, I learned about how politely talk to people and also learn about communicating well with other people that might have slightly different perspective than we do. So I think that with that in mind, I admire all of the people in HCI group and also especially Bu Melly, Pak Raju, and Pak Chris. Thank you.
So let me say this, Chief Gani. The first thing is both Chris and Ivana. I felt that they brought the best of us. Melly and I would have probably not done so much of campaigning if not for you guys. So you guys actually helped to bring out the best of us. So thank you for that. And that's something that I admire, right? And you know, again, to put yourself out there, and you know, for us also, and frankly, and this is, I want to tell everybody here, I think we both ran a very good campaign, right? And very decent. We didn't attack each other, right? We fought on the programs, and that says a lot about how this election is about, and that says a lot about the candidates. It says a lot about Chris, about Ivana, and also how we discussed and said, you know, what next, right? So yeah, they brought the best of us.
Thank you. And we will have one last question from Bapak Hafaz. He's already on the screen. So for Pak Faisal from the IT team, can you help us to connect Pak Hafaz here? Oh, there. All right. Pak Hafaz. Okay. So it's time for you to speak, Pak, please.
Ya, terima kasih. Selamat malam, good evening, friends in Indonesia, and also all the candidates, Mbak Mel, Raju. Not a question, actually a suggestion. Probably, I'm a member of Harvard Club Houston, Harvard Club Portugal, Harvard Club Belgium, Harvard Club Indonesia, Harvard Club Berlin. Because of my work, I'm traveling around. There is one particular similarity in the Harvard Club namely the introduction of Harvard to high school students. And they have a very good program, competition for high school. And would support and bring the selected high school students to go to Harvard, and then eventually they got accepted in any of the schools in Harvard. So I think the key is about development of younger generation. The key is to introduce Harvard to wider audience, and in a way we be able to regenerate and create a lot of people from our country to study at Harvard. So just as suggestions, Mbak Mel dan Raju dan juga Mas Chris dan Ivana, if either of you are elected. So once again, thanks for the time. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Pak Hafaz, sorry, we had internet connection audio problem before, so can you please, I'm so sorry, but can you please like summarize your suggestion before? Thank you.
Okay, so based on my membership of Harvard Club in many different places, Harvard Club Houston, Portugal, where else? Berlin, Indonesia, of course. In Europe, they have a very good program of getting high school students to be introduced to Harvard. They have a competitions annually, a writing competition, and Harvard Club of those countries, they do the selections, 3%, and then they would finance them to go to Harvard for a tour, a couple of days, and then to impress them with the Harvard University. And I was informed that around 80 to 90% of these high school students finally got admitted to Harvard in any universities that any faculties that they are interested in. So I think the key issue is getting more younger generation or our regeneration on our part, so that younger generation in Indonesia can be much more interested in studying at Harvard. So just a suggestion. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Pak Hafaz. So what he's trying to say is that maybe support more younger generation to finance them and also like have the guidance for them so that they can apply more to Harvard in the future. Okay. So that will be our last question for the Q&A session. So right now we will wait for the e-voting process to complete. It will be ended at 8:30 p.m. So just please enjoy your dinner and make sure you cast your vote. Thank you.
Oh, nggak apa-apa, ntar gue setting aja lagi. Masih ada kan foto-fotonya? Bukan foto barang itu. Kirim. Masih ada. Arahin ke sampai mana? Biar gua ini emang.
Halo. Halo teman-teman, jangan lupa, the voting closes in around 10 minutes. If you have not voted, this is your moment. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So the e-voting will be closed in 7 more minutes. So if you have any trouble accessing the links, or maybe if you need any assistance, just come to the election committee on the front. Thank you. So 7 minutes more until the e-voting will be closed.
Halo semuanya, are you curious who has higher votes? Yes! Okay. Jadi we already have the answer being prepared by our friends there. But before that we have small games. Right? Look at these guys, look at these folks, we have games. Uangnya jatuh. Okay? So we have just some trivia. Angpao, we have real money inside, right? So while we are waiting for the result to be recapitulated and for the presentation to be made, we just have some small questions, trivia questions with real money, okay? Jadi I'm gonna ask some questions. If you wanna answer, raise your hand, okay? Kubu kanan, okay? Okay. Kubu kiri, okay? Okay. Kubu tengah pasti okay. Pertanyaan pertama. The first question, who is the second daughter of Barack Obama? Lulusan Harvard kayak gitu. Change of question, okay? The wife of Barack Obama, raise your hand. Okay, this lady. Wait. Dengan ibu siapa? Ibu Nona. Siapa jawabannya? Michelle Obama. Congratulations Ibu, I'll just take one for you. Silakan Ibu, boleh dibuka terus kasih tahu teman-teman berapa isinya? 2,000, tepuk tangan dong. Banyak loh itu loh. Okay? Let's go to the next question, okay? Very easy question. Who is the wife of Atta Halilintar? Okay, we have the first.
I don't know why I know this, but it's Aurel, anaknya Krisdayanti dan Anang.
Luar biasa, tepuk tangan. Udah pada kenalkan dengan Kak Tiara, perfect. Hah? Tirza, wait, I was just testing your focus. Bu Meli won the focus games. Mbak, do you want to open and tell people how much you got?
100.000?
Wow! Don't play, okay? Don't play. Right? 100,000. Okay. So we have the next question. Okay? Next question. Bumbaya, who sings that song? Bumbaya. No one knows? Okay.
Blackpink.
Correct, yay. Dengan kakak siapa?
Gina.
Kak Gina. Congratulations, Kak. Bu Meli tahu nggak Blackpink? Bercanda ya, Bu. You got an angpau juga, Bu. Do you want to open it and tell your friends how much you got? Hitungnya lama.
12.000.
12.000. Tepuk tangan dong. Sekarang saham lagi turun loh semuanya. Kita bagi-bagi uang gratis lagi. Next question. We have 2 more questions before the answer is finished recapitulated ya teman-teman. In this world, right? In this world. Ke arah sini deh. Sini belum ada yang jawab dari tadi. In this world, how many continents are there? Raise your hand. How many continents are there in the world? This is a primary school. This is my daughter's school question. Jumlah benua. Enggak nih tahu. Saya sebut deh. Nih, ketua head of election committee sebenarnya. Berapa Bang Ondi? How many continents are there in the world?
5.
5 or 7?
Can I just name it one by one? Asia, Europe, Australia, Africa, America. No. It's not the continent. It's only 5 then. Huh? It is?
Bang Ondi benar sih. Jadi memang ada perdebatan ya apakah 5 atau 7. Meskipun yang biasanya orang ngakuin itu adalah 7. Silakan Bang Ondi. Do you want to tell your friends how much you got?
$20,000.
Nggak ada fotograf. Oh, udah difoto ya. Mantap. So we have one question, and I think I want to dedicate this question to our country, okay? And I hope a lot of people will raise hand on this one because it is very important and it's part of our identity. Apa sila ketiga Pancasila? Okay, we got the candidates.
Persatuan Indonesia.
Persatuan Indonesia, tepuk tangan semuanya. Wow. And I think that marks the end of this small game before we announce the result. Then the point of this game really is just on this last question, which just to tell us that whoever wins later in the few minutes we'll know from our election committee. Let's be one Persatuan Indonesia. And you can pick one of these. Pick one. How much? Do you want to tell your friends how much you got?
2,000.
2,000, yay! Sebenarnya di dalam sini ada satu yang $100. $100, tapi nggak ada yang dapat. So, okay, our election committee, has the result been recapitulated? Okay, so we welcome Nanda, Pak Hasan. Pak Hasan. Pak Hasan is the only person in this room that knows the result. Plus Nanda. Oh, only Nanda. Only Nanda.
Okay, don't. If I say something wrong, don't punch me like in the Oscars, yeah. No. Thank you. It's my pleasure and it's an honor to be able to represent the election committee in announcing the results of tonight. I don't know what it is, so it's very Oscar-like. It's quite an auspicious night here and place. It's Friday the 13th. Okay. And whoever which vice president didn't get elected, this place has that history. When Pa Mahfud didn't get the appointment, it was in this, if you remember. So, but it's Zenin's birthday. Applause. And I think in the spirit of tonight's gathering, I think we're all comfortable, much more comfortable than before we came here. that whichever board wins is always going to get all of our support and all of our best wishes as well. So I'm not going to go into much more than that. What do I do? Is that and the drum roll. The president and vice president. Harvard Club in Indonesia for 2022 and 2024, out of 191 verified voters, 17 ballots not submitted, 174 ballots submitted, 127, i.e. 73% for the winning candidate, and 47% for the other candidate. So it's 73-27. That's quite a landslide, isn't it? The president and vice president-elect of Harvard Club of Indonesia for 2022 and 2024 are Meli, Darsa, and Raju.
Congratulations, Ibu Meli and Bapak Raju. So please have your inauguration speech to end our event today. Ibu Meli, the floor is yours.
I kind of knew that was going to happen because Tirza got 100,000 and Nanda got 2,000 rupiah. So it was already an ominous sign there. So next time when we divide envelopes, we know who's going to win just by how much is in the envelope. All right. Well, congratulations, Ibu Presiden and Bapak Vice President. Thank you. Congratulations also for the spouse. She did a lot of work. Very lucky to have her on your team. And terima kasih banyak ke mana Mas Chris? Oh, he's there. Okay, he's Mas Chris, thank you very much. You said one very important statement tonight that stuck in my mind is that competition brings out the best of us, and that certainly did in this election. Otherwise, they would have promised us much less. So. And Mbak Nanda, thank you very. Ivana, sorry, I always remember that. You know, she said in her WhatsApp group that she was discovered. It was me. I actually read her article and then I tried to find her through channels and then got her in. And thank you very much, and congratulations for like what I'm trying to remember. Here's now my age is kicking in. Somebody said that you had to be very brave to you did. Yes, you're right. You have very brave to come forward to mencalonkan diri, which I totally resonate with, and resonated also with your point about even to apply to Harvard is something that deserves anjugan jempol. So thank you very much, and we hope that you'll be helping the board, and Mas Chris also will be helping the board. I'm still going to collect on that clock that you said that we're going to get a good deal, right? And we have a way to make money. Great. So thank you very much, election committee. A big round for them. you broke all records, obviously, in the number of participants and everything in these arrangements. Thank you to our host for tonight. Jangan bosan. And congratulations again to the winning team. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, to wrap up our event today, we would like to have Ibu Meli and Bapak Raju to have your inauguration speech. Ibu Meli and Bapak Raju, the floor is yours.
First of all, I'm humbled, but I would really like Pak Chris to actually be the one to actually come and make a speech. Because again, thank you, Pak Chris, because really you did bring the best out of us. Raju and I would not have made the campaign as we did had we not had your as a competition. And yeah, thank you for that, and thank you for making us learn. And I hope that I can include you to be our supporter and to work with us, and that you will in due course be able to also lead the club together with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melly. This is very heartfelt for me. So, wow, I do not know what to say except that I am sure from this moment better. We're going to do things together that we've never achieved before. And I'm very excited for that. And with the leadership of Melly and Raju, I'm sure that we can achieve. So thank you so much, Melly. Thank you so much, Raju. Thank you so much for everybody. My running partner, Ivana, where is she? There you go. Thank you so much. And it's been fun running, and we have learned a lot as well. So again, I'd like to also apologize if I have said something that not meant to be said. Minal aidin wal faidin juga masih cukupkan waktunya habis lebaran to say this. So minal aidin wal faidin, mohon maaf lahir dan batin, and let's build Indonesia together, and let's build Harvard Club together. See ya. And we are taking orders for Jam Lining.
So first of all, Alhamdulillah, thank you, God. Thank you to all of you for the trust that is given to me with Raju. Please, Raju, you're my better half in the club. There's that. So first of all, I'm very humbled by this opportunity and the trust that is given to both of us. And for me, especially to be entrusted by such a wonderful, but especially distinguished group of people who are very well accomplished and recognized in their own ways. For me, it's really a position of trust, but also for me, it's a position where I actually also want to ensure that in the 2 years ahead, we do improve on things that we need to improve. And also for me, it's almost like I was saying to Raju, is actually, I also want to make sure that Raju actually takes the lead, if not only the co-lead, in relation to the next 2 years. For me, it's always about transition. It's all about foundation, and it's all about continuity. Because I think that the club with the foundation, as you know, it really has to be strong, but also that it also has to have new blood, new energy, new kind of things. And that's why, whereas before my vice was a young female, now I have a very accomplished male to become the vice, and also with different kind of knowledge and expertise. Before I had someone who was a doctor, public health, and that has really opened up my life, because never did I imagine I would be friends with so many doctors before. And since with Nurul, I've really been, and I've been friends with Monica, everybody, I've just feel really wonderful. But I knew that actually that if the business school would be part of the club, that we would be able to probably be more innovative with some of the financing things that need to be there. And so I'm very humbled that Raju agreed to run with me. Actually, I wanted him to run for president, but he said, I don't want to be that. I want to be just your vice. So I just want you to look at Raju actually not as my vice, but as if you have two presidents that are actually equal. And that basically is that you please always feel that you can contact us. And then if we are, please also we are willing to also be able to be more open in terms of like ability to actually accommodate programs. Before, to be very honest, sometimes programs can get stuck because we actually also looked at the two-tier structure and also looking at feasibility. But I think now we learned that we really need to be seen to be more accommodating to our members and also have the programs. And I think that with the end of the pandemic, I think we'll be able to do much more. But this is not about us. It just happens that we're interested, and that hopefully that the Harvard Club becomes stronger, and that this is actually, you will consider to be the victory for all of us, the victory also for Chris, because Chris, yes, I heard you loud and clear. You want to be active in the club. You want to do things. We would do very well, welcome that. And now I give some words for Raju. But before that, because I know Raju is going to thank Tirza as his wife, but I need to thank Tirza because really she has been our campaign manager. And she was the one that was saying, you guys, come on, do something. So she was always there and working till late. Thank you so much, Tirza. You are our secret weapon from the HKS. We would not have been able to do this without you. So thanks again, Raju.
Thanks, Emily. First of all, I think there is, I really want to thank of you from the bottom of my heart, not because you have elected me or with Melly, but I think you made Harvard class a winner and Chris too, by being in this election and let this election process go, right? And I'm also very happy that we are meeting like this for the first time after 3 years. In Indonesia, they always say pemilu itu kan pesta demokrasi. Pesta, right? It's a happy, and I'm glad that we are closing this with being happy by having fun. And I like to thank the distinguished election committee for the great work you get done. You're completely upheld the value of Harvard in the way you handle the situation. So thank you very much. And I also, the Board of Supervisors, they have really played a great role by not intervening, right? But playing behind the scene by wise advice. Right? There is no hard things coming up. And I think that's great. And that's the kind of guidance. Personally, I'm new to this administration, which will start only, by the way, on the 1st of July. So don't text me tomorrow. So that I think is something that I will look for guidance more and more. And also from, across, not just from the board, but also outside the board. And of course, I have, my better half there who made sure that, we do our things, both of, for Melly and I. Thank you very much. And as Melly said, we couldn't have done it without your help. And finally, to all members, whether you are on the Zoom there, is the Zoom still on? Okay. Here, right? I think you all made a difference. You all really came out 191. That's really something, right? To have so many members out of how many registered? 199. So 191. That's really a big number. And I think we have a lot of work to do, Mel, for this 191 people, plus those who didn't register, right? So I think we hope 2 years from now, which is unfortunately will also happen during the Pilpres, those times. So I hope it won't bring the ugliness in us. Only if it's 1 round, but if it's 2 rounds, we might probably have it. In these 2 years, I think we have a lot to catch up, a lot to do, and we are looking for the support from all of you on this one, right? Thank you. I think you need to say the closing words, not me.
Say something else more? Yeah. So again, I think this is about unity. This is about the club belonging to all of us without exclusion. There is no difference between us. We are all here together. We all love Indonesia. We all love Harvard. and let's make a better Indonesia. Let's make a better Harvard Club Indonesia. Thank you very much.
All right, so it's time for us to take the picture with all of the candidates and also like the elected president and vice president. So please gather on the front. For everyone, please coming to the front. We're gonna take the picture and after that we can wrap up the session. Oh, ini mungkin udahan aja kali ya. Oh ya udah, ini udah.
Boleh lihat ke sini semuanya. Senyum 1, 2, 3 lagi. 1, 2, 3. Sini semuanya. 1, 2, 3. Gayanya yang heboh dong Pak Bu. 1, 2, 3. Sekali lagi 1, 2. Oke. Semuanya lihat sini 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oke.